When I'm not coming up with new creative ways to eat the only vegan item at a wedding, I like to answer questions and comments that I get on YouTube, so let's get to it. Hi Sean, did you do this in a minor chord version ever? Thanks. So we're in a different locale today. This video is sponsored by Phoenix Pro. I'm going to talk about this later, but first I want to answer this question about the minor chord version we were talking about. I did a pentatonic lesson the other week about how you can kind of just use it to unlock everything, and minor chords I think are actually the easiest way to do it. All right, so I know that you've seen the A minor pentatonic scale look like this. 5/8, 5/7, 5/7, 5/7, 5/8, 5/8. But thinking of it as a minor chord is so much easier, so much better. You're gonna wanna learn this, okay? So we're gonna do all the minor chords in this key, which is gonna be A minor, D minor, and E minor, okay? You can think about this as the key of C, the key of A minor. But here's what you have to learn. It's this shape here, this sequence that looks like this. That's it. That's the whole thing, right? A, C, D, E, G, A. Okay, now what happens here is we can actually recreate this in a different spot. So instead of just doing these notes right here, we can also go to the octave. We're gonna end up right there, okay? So it's the same pattern, same sequence, but here's where we kind of switch your fingering, right? So here's the A octave A, 7D, 5G, 7G, 9G, and then 8 on the B string, end up on 10 on the B string, which is an A. So we're taking it from this A to this A to this A, okay? Now, this is the minor pentatonic scale, but we're doing it as a way to talk about chords, which I think is the most important thing. It's the number one thing that you have to understand to really understand music and how we connect these shapes, because you've probably already seen like a lot of chords like A minor, E minor, and D minor go together, right? But here's how we can kind of like use this to do it for every single one of these chords, right? We just have to take a root note and then apply the shape. So when you do that, we'll start with A, D, and E, the 5th fret on the E string, the 5th fret on the A string, and the 7th fret on the A string, okay? So now when we have that shape, and now it'll look like this. For the A, for the D, and then for the E, and then back to the A, okay? So, you know, you might be wondering like, well, all right, now I'm just replacing a chord with a shape. How is this useful? You can actually start to incorporate these notes and how to play them in chord progressions. So let's do like a chord riff thing with each one of these chords. We can start with A, D, E, A. Okay, now I'm just using different chord voicings here. Like this would be a minor 11 chord, 5E, 5D, 5G, pointer finger, 3B, and then add these to what you're playing. Then I can go down a string, have a D, another different minor chord voicing, 5A, 3D, 5G, 5B, and then maybe that same shape, or a minor 7 chord voicing for E. But we're really just kind of focusing on these 3 notes and then branching off for each of them to kind of create a more robust way of playing, right? So, and even if you just want to vamp on one chord, you just kind of hang on this A minor. And it's always going to sound good because you know what you're doing in the context of that. And if you did want to expand it, we could start here like that, okay? So this really opens up so many different things as far as like lead playing, being able to solo, or like if you see an A minor chord in the progression, even if you don't know what the progression is, all these notes are going to work for you and help you to do it, okay? I also want to say how crazy it is in this insane windy environment that I'm able to get good clean audio, and that is because Phoenix Pro has sent me their wireless unit right here, okay? So this is the Phoenix Pro PDP-GRX or TX. T just means the transmitter, R is the receiver. And like, to be on location, again, I'm at this wedding, so I'm in wine country in California, still shooting videos. I don't have any cables going on because I'm wirelessly transmitting this to the interface. So I'm loosey-goosey, I can just walk around this this kind of wild living situation I'm in for the next couple days, and it's awesome. So thank you to Phoenix Pro. I've used their wireless stuff for gigs, as far as like mics. The instrument system is like really amazing. I just got it plugged into this Traveler guitar, and like I said, the audio is super clean, pristine, and these are so inexpensive. So these are on special right now. I'm gonna have an affiliate link in the description if you guys want to check it out, but it is so useful to have just a little, you know, wireless thing that you can just kind of have when you're traveling, throw in a backpack, takes up no space. So much better than having cables. I'm just sitting on a couch outside in wine country recording a guitar video thanks to Phoenix Pro. So anyways, sponsored video from Phoenix. Click it in the description. Help a brother out, get yourself some wireless gear. But this is super easily movable, which I think is also important whenever you're talking about any kind of, you know, pattern-based thing. So we've connected these with these 3 different chords, just like we did in the major version that I did, I think last week, that was posted. But now let's just do a different key, right? Doesn't even matter what key it is. Let's go to the 9th fret. Nobody knows what's happening on the 9th fret. This is C sharp territory. Nobody knows the notes in C sharp minor, but we can kind of use that little trick right there. Ring finger lead the way instead of your pointer finger. And again, this is just so much more fluid. Why I like this better than the regular minor scale thing is because you're kind of backloaded on the minor scale, which is great for like ripping through stuff like that, but I think for like fluid transitional stuff, that minor pentatonic playing version I think is just so much more helpful, right? So now if we're in C sharp minor, we've got that 9th fret, and then down a string would be the other minor chord, and then 2 frets higher would be the other minor chord. So I don't even have to know the names of the notes or the chords, but I know that this is going to lead me into this, lead me into this, back home. And that's why I like these kind of chord voicings where, you know, the middle finger is taking the root note, because then you have the option to go back and forward. And that's why this little diamond shape, that's kind of how I see it in my mind's eye, right? This little kind of diamond shape thing going on right here. 9, E, 7A, 9A, 11A, 9D is the way to do it. Because then you start thinking these as intervals, and once you see something as an interval, I think it just makes more sense and is easily translated to other parts of the neck, right? So root note, a minor 3rd, root note, a 4th, root note, a 5th, root note, a minor 7. So even though these are octave, that's the pentatonic scale, there's so much that you can learn from them just as intervals and scale degrees within the minor scale that will help you in anything you would ever want to do. Please don't come back. It was hard to listen to. A music producer, sincerely. I think forever my favorite part is how they need to qualify themselves with what they do for a living. I'm a music producer, so don't ever come back to your own YouTube channel. It's so funny to me. Like, all right, I'm gonna say who I am without saying I'm a music producer. I'm not gonna tell you anything I've ever done. So therefore, I'm a loser music producer that's never done anything, but don't ever come back to your own YouTube channel. Does this mean all musicians will be jobless in the future because AI replacing all of them? So this was on a video I did on a company called Suno that is like an AI music writing, songwriting company. Something, I don't know, whatever. It was actually pretty impressive like 2 months ago when he posted the video. But as of last week, Udio has totally changed the game in AI songwriting. If you've never checked this out, it's terrifying. I think it's udio.com. But it does such a good job. It does a way better job than professional musicians can do in like 20 to 30 seconds. You just prompt it with the song, and it'll instantly just like give you a super, super well thought out and tasteful recording that there's no way even like a seasoned producer musician could like just knock out, and it does it in like 30 seconds. All right, in fact, let's demo this real quick. So here's the Udio beta site. Write me a yacht rock song in the style of the Doobie Brothers about a guitar YouTuber that is so bad at music, he's not allowed to post songs on his own channel. Let's see what it's got for us, huh? Let the timer begin. All right, so I extended it so it's a 60-second clip. This is called Silenced Strings.
He strums away with his rhythm off the beat. Strings that cry out for mercy, notes that barely float. The man's only got one tune, it echoes with a groan. And his channel's quiet, way too quiet, empty like a ghost. Comments fill with whispers about the music that he boasts. He's got 6 strings of silence on the screen, they cast a moan.
Bro, see what I'm saying? It's over. I can't do better than that. It's amazing. It's just over. This is why live music is coming back, and this is yet another reason why you need to get those Phoenix Pro wireless systems, because you need to start dancing around and playing live, otherwise you're never going to make a living as a musician. Thank you, Udio. All right, for listening homework this week, I'm going to throw you to the new Hozier. Amazing album. So many songs on it. Tons of bangers. Really great. This one is my favorite track off of it, so check it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you again to Phoenix Pro for sponsoring the video. Get yourself a little wireless pack because they come in super handy. I've used it a bunch of different times, so thank you to them for sponsoring the video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, Instagram, the website. I'll talk to you all soon.